Hello everybody, this is Chef Hard Knocks, and today we're going to be making a rustic artisan loaf. The ingredients for this loaf of bread include 3 cups of bread flour, 12.7 to 13% protein content, a quarter teaspoon of active dry yeast, a teaspoon of salt, and 1.5 cups of cold water. Alright, first of all, we just want to combine and mix our dry ingredients. Get all that stuff kind of dissipated throughout the flour. And then just make a little bit of a well there and add your water. And then I just like to take a rubber spatula and just kind of mix it gently. Get it all combined in there. And you'll end up with a shaggy dough. You don't really need to do any kind of kneading, just kind of combine everything together. And this is what it should look like. And then you're just going to go ahead and cover that up and let it sit for 20 minutes. Let it relax. Let some of that dough and water kind of mix and dance. And then this recipe requires 4 different folding processes. You'll want to wet your hands and just kind of scoop that up and then fold the dough over onto itself. Rotate the bowl about 90 degrees. And like I said, you will want to keep your hands wet during this process. This is a very wet dough, and it will definitely stick to your dry hands. And you'll just want to rotate that 4 times, 90 degrees. Fold the dough over. Kind of tuck it under, and then cover it back up with plastic wrap. And you'll see once you get to that 4th fold process, this dough will really look nice. It'll smooth out very nice, and you'll start to see some bubbles. This process is used to obviously combine all the ingredients, and over time you'll see it smooth out. And the process also is used to introduce air into the mixture, which will come out and make the final product a lot better. And you can see it's smoother. Cover it back up and repeat the process. It's really starting to smooth out now. And I believe after this step, you'll start to see some air kind of bulging out at the top. Yep, a couple small bubbles there. And cover it back up. And then one more time. And then after this 4th and final fold, the dough by this point is very smooth. The bubbles will start forming even more. And just like I said, just tuck that under, cover it back up. And then we're going to start the proofing process. You can let this go from, I usually do between 18 and 24 hours. Don't see a lot of difference between those 2 times. Except for possibly a little bit more flavor the longer you let it go. I've actually been working on this recipe for about a year. I didn't really have much experience with bread except for taking the lazy way out and using a bread maker. But this is kind of the target I was going for about a year ago, and I went through several recipes and a lot of headaches and experimenting and stuff, and I finally got down what I wanted. And I really think you'll like this recipe. It has a nice crispy surface, and on the inside is very spongy. There's a lot of air. And then after all that proofing process, your dough should look like this. You simply just want to turn that out. You don't even need to flour the surface. The dough is still pretty wet at this point. And then you just want to do another fold, 90 degrees. Yep, just this one time. Okay, and then you're going to need some parchment paper and a medium-sized small bowl, and just lay that parchment paper on top. I'll explain here in a minute what that's for. And then just gently put your dough down into that, and you're going to let that sit for about another hour. Let it recombine after that folding process, and it will proof and puff up a little bit more. You want to let it sit again for 1 hour, and then you can set your oven for 475, and by the time that comes up to temperature, your dough will be ready to place into the oven. During this, I use a Dutch oven, cast iron Dutch oven. Your Dutch oven temperature needs to normalize with the temperature of the oven. So you want to put that in as the oven is preheating. With a cast iron, I usually let it go for an extra 20 to 30 minutes after the oven comes up to temperature, because a cast iron is, it does take a while to heat up, and you want that heat all the way through. So we're just going to take and carefully place this dough into the Dutch oven. It's extremely hot, so be very careful. And I just put a couple sprays of water on top of that to make the surface a little bit crispier. I'd like a little bit of a thicker crust, kind of chewy. And then we're just going to place that into the oven. Okay, and then you're going to do this in 2 stages. In the first stage, you want to let it go for 30 minutes covered. And then once that is up, we'll take it out and then uncover it. And remove the parchment paper. Be very careful. You can spray it here again too if you'd like. If you like a little bit of a thicker crust. I don't know. I do it differently every time, so it doesn't really make that big of a difference, but you will notice it. After that 15 minutes is up, you want to take it back out, and then carefully remove it and set it on a cooling rack. Let it sit for at least an hour. 2 hours is probably better, but I can never wait because this is really good bread, so I always have to dive right into it. And what you'll see is we have a nice crisp crust on top. You can actually see some cracks in it, and in the inside you'll see a lot of holes, big holes, and the actual bread is very, very kind of spongy. Has a very nice texture. So there you have it. Delicious loaf of bread right there. It's good for toasted cheese sandwiches, French bread, or French toast rather. So thank you very much for watching this video.